Hey everybody, it's time for my little corner of the world.
You to me are sweet as roses in the morning. You to me are soft as summer rain at dawn, and love we share, that's something rare. The sidewalks in the street, the concrete and the clay beneath my feet begins to crumble, but love will never die, because we'll see the mountains.
Good evening everyone, this is Ed Rambeau, and for the next half hour or so you're entering my little corner of the world, where, as promised, tonight we'll be honoring the remarkable and unforgettable life's work of the incredible Burt Bacharach. However, before proceeding, there is one major issue that needs to be addressed. Whoever said death comes in a series of threes wasn't kidding, because in addition to losing Burt Bacharach and Cindy Williams, we have now lost one of the world's most talented and incredibly beautiful women, the lovely and talented Miss Raquel Welch. I had the pleasure of seeing this remarkable beauty on the Broadway stage when she replaced Lauren Bacall in the musical version of Woman of the Year. And in addition to her awesome looks and presence, what a great talent she was. So Miss Welch, thanks for your amazing contribution to the arts, and may you forever rest in peace. That being addressed, let's now get back to the man who we'll be honoring for the remainder of this evening. A man whose talent for songwriting soared beyond the sky, the one and only Burt Bacharach. Therefore, I'm calling the theme for this evening, In Loving Memory of Burt Bacharach. I'll be presenting his music chronologically by year, beginning with 1962, when he gave us this most memorable hit recorded by Dionne Warwick. But before singing my version, there's a little story that explains the creation of this particular composition. It appears when Dionne Warwick couldn't get her way during a recording session, she stormed into the control room and began to fire some heated words at both Burt Bacharach and his faithful lyricist partner, Hal David. As she finished her tirade and headed for the door, she uttered 4 last lingering words before making her very dramatic exit, slamming the door behind her. It wasn't even seconds after the door slammed shut that Burt Bacharach and Hal David exchanged knowing glances and immediately began working on a song with those same 4 words as its title, Don't Make Me Over.
Don't make me over, now that I can't make it without you. Don't make me over, I wouldn't change one thing about you. Don't pick on the things I say, the things I do. Just love me with all my faults, the way that I love you. I'm begging you, don't make me over, now that I do anything for you. Don't make me over, now that you know how I adore you. Just take me inside your arms and hold me tight, and always be by my side. If I am wrong or right, I'm begging you, don't make me over, don't make me over, now that you've got me at your command. Accept me for what I am. Accept me for the things that I do. Accept me for what I am. Accept me for the things that I do. Don't make me over. You know I can't make it without you, baby. No, don't make me over.
Just take me inside your arms and hold me tight and always be by my side. If I am wrong or right, I'm begging you, don't make me over. Don't make me over. Now that you've got me at your command, accept me for what I am. Accept me for what I am. Accept me for the things that I do. Accept me for the things that accept me for what I am, girl. Accept me for what I am. Accept me for the things that I do. Accept me for the things that I do. Don't make me over. Accept me for what I am. Don't make me over, girl. Accept me for the things that accept me for what I am. Accept me for what I am. Accept me for the things that I do.
Don't Make Me Over by Dionne Warwick was 1962, which brings us to 1963 with this incredible Burt Bacharach Hal David composition introduced to us by Jack Jones, Wives and Lovers.
Hey, little girl, comb your hair, fix your makeup. Soon he will open the door. Don't think because there's a ring on your finger you needn't try anymore. For wives should always be lovers too. Run to his arms the moment he comes home to you. I'm warning you. Day after day there are girls at the office, and men will always be men. Don't send them off with your hair still in curlers. You may not see him again. For wives should always be lovers too. Run to his arms the moment he comes home to you. He's almost here. Hey, little girl, better wear something pretty, something you'd wear to go to the city and dim all the lights, pour the wine, stop the music. Time to get ready for love. Dim all the lights, pour the wine, stop the music. Time to get ready for love. Time to get ready. Time to get ready for love.
At the time, I absolutely loved that song, Wives and Lovers, so much that it became the inspiration for a song I wrote shortly thereafter entitled The Single Girl. And, like Wives and Lovers, the melody I chose to compose was a jazz waltz. A demo was made many years ago, but somewhere along the line it just got lost in the shuffle. Therefore, the best I can offer to give you a little idea of how it went is by singing it a cappella. So please bear with me, but here goes. Hey, all of you single guys, you'd better start getting wise. Look out for the single girl. They do almost anything to get that old wedding ring. Watch out for the single girl. They'll use their wiles and innocent smiles. They play the game to win. So fight it every day, fight it all the way. If you give up, you'll give in. Ba-ba-da-ba, ba-ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-da. When they start that wedding talk, your heart's on a chopping block. Watch out for the single girl. If you listen to her tune, you'll be doing dishes soon. Watch out for the single girl. They like to win, they never give in until your heart gives out. They know how to please till you're on your knees, that's what their game's all about. Ba-ba-da-ba, ba-ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-da. Don't fall for their marriage plot if you think you won't get caught. You live in an optimistic world, so you better beware, or you'll be a pair if you care for the single girl. Beware of the single girl. And that, my dear friends, is the song I wrote, which was inspired by Mr. Bacharach's incredible composition, Wives and Lovers. For those of you who may have just tuned in, you're listening to Ed Rambeau, and this is My Little Corner of the World on MemoryLaneOldies.com. Tonight's theme, in loving memory of Burt Bacharach. But before moving on, may I mention here that due to tonight's theme, I didn't feel comedy was something that would be apropos in conjunction with the passing of a great legend. So I needed to ask Tom to sit this one out. When I called him to tell him I got Angelina on the phone, and I asked her to please relay the message. She told me she would, but when I never heard back from him, I decided to call Angelina and ask her what's up. Well, she told me that he left a message on my answering machine. So, I'm about to play it right now. Here goes.
You'll pay for this.
Oops. Sounds like he took it exactly like I expected him to. Oh well. From Wives and Lovers in 1963, let's move on to 1964, when another hit was born, Out of the Mind of Burt Bacharach, with lyrics by Hal David, and recorded by the great Dionne Warwick. You'll Never Get to Heaven.
La 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 la. Mother told me always to follow the golden rule, and she said it's really a sin to be mean and cruel. So remember, if you're untrue, angels up in heaven are looking at you, and you'll never get to heaven if you break my heart. So be very careful not to make us part. You won't get to heaven if you break my heart. Oh no, I can hardly wait for the day when we say I do. It's a day I've dreamed of so long, now it's coming true. You will promise to cherish me. If you break your promise, the angels will see. And you'll never get to heaven if you break my heart. So be very careful not to make us part. You won't get to heaven if you break my heart.
You'll Never Get to Heaven was released on January 1st, 1964, and a little over 4 months later, on April 26th of that same year, another hit was churned out by the team of Bacharach and David, which also was made famous by Miss Dionne Warwick. And that, of course, is that wonderful composition known as Walk On By.
If you see me walking down the street and I start to cry each time we meet, walk on by, walk on by, walk on by, walk on by. Make believe that you don't see the tears, just let me grieve in private, 'cause each time I see you I break down and cry. So walk on by, don't just can't get over losing you. And so if I seem broken and blue, walk on by, walk on by, walk on by, walk on by. Foolish pride, that's all that I have left. So let me hide the tears and the sadness you gave me when you said goodbye. So walk on by, don't stop. Walk on by, don't stop. Walk on by, don't stop, baby. Walk on by, don't stop. Walk on by, don't stop. Walk on by, walk on by, walk on by, walk on by. Foolish pride, that's all that I have left. So let me hide the tears and the sadness you gave me when you said goodbye. So walk on by, don't stop. Walk on by, don't stop, baby. Walk on by, don't stop. Walk on by, don't stop, baby. Walk on by, don't stop. Walk on by, don't stop, baby. Walk on by, don't stop. Walk on by, don't stop.
From Walk On By in 1964, we moved to January 1st of 1965, when Jackie DeShannon's recording of this next Burt Bacharach world classic was released. And since 1965 was the same year as my hit, Concrete and Clay, Jackie and I got to perform on the very same Shindig show. For those of you who may not be familiar with Shindig, that was America's most popular pop music show during that time, along with another blockbuster show called Hullabaloo on an opposing network. Anyway, here's my version of that tremendously famous Bacharach hit recorded by Jackie DeShannon. What the world needs now is love.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another mountain. There are mountains and hillsides enough to climb. There are oceans and rivers enough to cross, enough to last till the end of time. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. That's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another meadow. There are cornfields and wheat fields enough to grow. There are sunbeams and moonbeams enough to shine. Oh, listen, Lord, if you really want to know, just a little love, sweet love. What we need is love, sweet love. Lord, we don't need another meadow. There are cornfields and wheat fields enough to grow. There are sunbeams and moonbeams enough to shine. Oh, listen, Lord, if you really want to know what the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. for some, I said everyone. Not for some, but for everyone. Lots of love for everyone, not for one. I said everyone, not just one.
From What the World Needs Now Is Love in 1965, let's skip ahead 2 years to 1967, when Dusty Springfield popularized another classic Burt Bacharach composition entitled The Look of Love. And from my Rambeau Brazil CD, here's my version.
The look of love is in your eyes, a look that time can't disguise. The look of love, it's saying so much more than just words could ever say. And what my heart has heard, well, it takes my breath away. I can hardly wait to hold you, feel my arms around you. How long I have waited, waited just to love you. Now that I found you, you've got the look of love. It's on your face, a look that time can't erase. Be mine tonight. Let this be just the start of so many nights like this. Let's take a lover's vow and then seal it with a kiss. I can hardly wait to hold you, feel my arms around you. How long I have waited, waited just to love you. Now that I found you, don't ever go. Talking when I tell you, don't you ever go away from me, baby. 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 Don't you ever...
That same year, 1967, in the month of July, Dionne Warwick made her mark with another never-to-be-forgotten Bacharach classic entitled The Windows of the World.
The windows of the world are covered with rain. Where is the sunshine we once knew? Everybody knows when little children play, they need a sunny day to grow straight and tall. Let the sun shine through. The windows of the world are covered with rain. When will those black skies turn to blue? Everybody knows when boys grow into men, they start to wonder when their country will call.
let the sun shine through. Windows of the world are covered with rain. What is the whole world coming to? Everybody knows when men cannot be friends, their quarrel often ends. Where some have to die, let the sun shine through. The windows of the world are covered with rain. There must be something we can do. Everybody knows whenever rain appears, it's really angel tears. How long must we cry? Let the sun shine through. After The Windows of the World, less than 1 year later, Dionne Warwick came forth with yet another hit written by the Bacharach-David duo entitled, Do You Know the Way to San Jose? Do you know the way to San Jose? I've been away so long, I may go wrong and lose my way. Do you know the way to San Jose? I'm going back to find some peace of mind in San Jose. LA is a great big freeway. Put 100 down and buy a car. In a week, maybe two, they'll make you a star. Weeks turn into years, how quick they pass. And all the stars that never were are parking cars and pumping gas. You can really breathe in San Jose. They've got a lot of space. There'll be a place where I can stay. I was born and raised in San Jose. I'm going back to find some peace of mind in San Jose. Fame and fortune is a magnet. It can pull you far away from home. With a dream in your heart, you're never alone. Dreams turn into dust and blow away. And there you are, without a friend. You pack your car and ride away. I've got lots of friends in San Jose. Do you know the way to San Jose? Fame and fortune is a magnet. It can pull you far away from home. With a dream in your heart, you're never alone. Dreams turn into dust and blow away. And there you are, without a friend. You pack your car and ride away. I've got lots of friends in San Jose. Do you know the way to San Jose? Can't wait to get back to San Jose. In April of 1968, exactly 1 month after the release of Do You Know the Way to San Jose, another Bacharach blockbuster made its debut, recorded by Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass. Please enjoy my take on This Guy's in Love with You.
You see, this guy's in love with you. Yes, I'm in love. Who looks at you the way I do? When you smile, I can tell we know each other very well. How can I show you? I'm glad I got to know you, 'cause I've heard some talk. They say you think I'm fine. This guy's in love, and what I'd do to make you mine. Tell me now, is it so? Don't let me be the last to know. My hands are shaking. Don't let my heart keep breaking, 'cause I need your love. I want your love. Say you're in love with this guy. If not, I'll just die. Tell me now, is it so? Don't let me be the last to know. My hands are shaking. Don't let my heart keep breaking, 'cause I need your love. I want your love. Say you're in love with this guy. If not, I'll just die.
The year was 1969 when this next Bacharach song hit the airwaves, and it took me years to realize that he had stolen the melody of this particular tune from me. Here's how the story goes. Bob Crewe was recording songs for Diane Renee's Navy Blue album at the recording studio known as Stay Phillips. and across the hall in Studio B, Burt Bacharach was recording a few new songs with Dionne Warwick. I knew that because when I stepped out into the hall to get a drink from the water cooler, I bumped into Burt and we exchanged a few words before heading back to our respective studios. One of the songs Diane Renee was recording was written by myself along with Bud Rehack, entitled Billy Blue Eyes. Here's a little sample of Diane singing that song, and see if you can recognize the melody.
I remember just last December when I had my eye on Billy Blue Eyes, and it didn't take very long to make Billy be my Billy Blue Eyes.
Did you happen to pick up that that same melody was one of Bacharach's biggest hits? Well, listen to my version of the song Mr. Bacharach composed, and you tell me if you don't hear an exact similarity in melodies.
What do you get when you fall in love? A girl with a pin to burst your bubble. That's what you get for all your trouble. I'll never fall in love again. I'll never fall in love again. What do you get when you kiss a girl? You get enough germs to catch pneumonia. After you do, she'll never phone ya. I'll never fall in love again. Don't you know that I'll never fall in love again? Don't tell me what it's all about, 'cause I've been there and I'm glad I'm out of those chains that bind you. That is why I'm here to remind you. What do you get when you fall in love? You only get lies and pain and sorrow. So for at least until tomorrow, I'll never fall in love again. No, no, I'll never fall in love again. I'm out of those chains that bind you. That is why I'm here to remind you. What do you get when you fall in love? You only get lies and pain and sorrow. So for at least until tomorrow, I'll never fall in love again. Don't you know that I'll never fall in love again? I'll never fall in love again.
What do you get when you fall in love? You get enough germs to catch pneumonia. I remember just last December when I met a boy named Billy Blue Eyes. As a result of the difference in lyrics, that's what took me several years to realize that the melodies were one and the same. But I must say that even though it was much too late to pursue a lawsuit, it sure is nice to know that if anybody was going to steal one of my melodies, it certainly makes me proud to know that it was one of the best, because they don't come any finer than the amazing Burt Bacharach. That being said, in conclusion, my final song for this evening takes a big jump from I'll Never Fall in Love Again in 1969 to February the 25th of 1982. Burt Bacharach's collaborators on this song were his then-wife, Carol Bayer Sager, along with Neil Diamond, who recorded it in 1982, resulting in a major hit. Reportedly, the three of them had just seen a film that was the inspiration for this song, and that movie was the 1982 Steven Spielberg smash, E.T. the Extraterrestrial. And Diamond allegedly settled with MCA Universal for $25,000 due to the fact that the song supposedly drew on the material of the film. Despite all that, it remains to be one of Bacharach's finest. So allow me to sing it for you now. Heartlight.
Come back again. I want you to stay next time. Cause sometimes the world ain't kind when people get lost like you and me. I just made a friend. A friend is someone you need. But now that he had to go away, I still feel the words that he might say. Turn on your heart light, let it shine wherever you go. Let it make a happy glow for all the world to see. Turn on your heart light in the middle of a young boy's dream. Don't wake me up too soon. Gonna take a ride across the moon, you and me. He's looking for a home, cause everyone needs a place. And home's the most excellent place of all. And I'll be right here if you should call me. Turn on your heart light, let it shine wherever you go. Let it make a happy glow for all the world to see. Turn on your heart light in the middle of a young boy's dream. Don't wake me up too soon. Gonna take a ride across the moon, you and me. And home is the most excellent place of all. And I'll be right here if you should call me. Turn on your heart light, let it shine wherever you go. Let it make a happy glow for all the world to see. Turn on your heart light in the middle of a young boy's dream. Don't wake me up too soon. Gonna take a ride across the moon, you and me. Turn on your heart light now. Turn on your heart light now.
Heartlight concludes my presentation of my theme for tonight, in loving memory of Burt Bacharach. So, Mr. Bacharach, in conclusion, allow me to offer you a million thanks for the music of a lifetime. You certainly were prolific as well as consistent when it came to popping out those hits. Throughout the coming years, the radio airwaves will make it very hard for us to forget you, because although you're gone, your music will play on forever. So rest in peace, my fellow songwriter, and may you continue to bring beautiful music to the world hereafter. Because in the words of Burt Bacharach himself,
but it's very important that we keep the music playing and the music going. Essential. Keep the music playing.
no worries, old friend. We'll definitely keep the music playing, and your music will be among it forever. Meanwhile, to make one final point, using one of Mr. Bacharach's very own song titles, who loved this man's music? Well, quite frankly, anyone who had a heart. Good night, everyone.